Hello and welcome to the Saturday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Warwood. 10 races at Belmont on Saturday after Rawa elected to split the two-year-olds. We're expecting a partly cloudy day, 23 degrees Celsius. The track I think will get back to a good 4 and the rail it will be at the 5 metre position. Race number 1 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 11:23. It's the Tap Touch West Speed Platinum Maiden over 1600 metres and in replay. Let's go down to Pinjarra and the run last start of just under.
Side run here now with Poverty Point at the top of the home straight, balancing up 300 left to go. Miss Margot putting it to hindsight bias, a length and a half away is Under the Arches. Poverty Point struggling back in the field, but here comes Elmer Halo from well off them. It's charging right down the outside Under the Arches. Elmer Halo now getting a late run towards the inside just under. There's a great finish. Elmer Halo.
The replay race features 4 of the 9 runners who are going around on Saturday. Settled on number 9 just under, who finished 3rd in the replay. Gets Bo Banovich Edgewords here, claims 3 down to 53 kilos. And because of the way the apprentice claims work in the provinces and also in the metropolitan area, means that just under actually meets King Cabernet, Fair One and Miss Margot slightly better at the weights. Like the run, and I think from gate number 2 is probably the one to beat here. Going to get the favours on Speedy's number 8. That's Miss Margot for Stephen Miller and Sean McGruddy. Has been there or thereabouts in most of its starts, but has gone down as a beaten favourite on 2 of those occasions. If it's on speed, Miss Margot will be the one to beat. Number 3 is Final Chill for William Pike and Kieran McDonough. William takes over from Jade McNaught, who rode this horse to a second behind Arrowsmith at Northern last start. And then the aforementioned number 4, King Cabernet, was 5th in the replay race, beaten 2.5 lengths. Jade keeps the ride here from gate number 7. Top selection in race number 1 is number 9, just under, to beat 8 Miss Margot, 3 Final Chill and 4 King Cabernet. Race number 2 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 11:58. It is the free entry to Belmont Park Plate for the 2-year-olds over 1200 metres and in replay. Let's have a look at the first up run of SNICKERDOODLEDANDY.
It's forecast into the straight and Snipperlicious leads the way, stays out just inside the middle section of the track, led the way from Continuance and Janora. Snipperlicious, shown the persuader by McNaught, leads the way from Janora, trying to get up on its inside. Continuance closing in and down on the inside. Magical Dream with a run late. Magical Dream gets right up on the inside to grab Continuance. Magical Dream.
It's American Independence Day, the 4th of July on Saturday. There's a fair few runners going around at Belmont with American names, none more so than SNICKERDOODLEDANDY. Very good debut, I thought, behind Magical Dream. Was beaten 1.5 lengths. Now, there was 2 races that day won by Cerise and White Gallopers. I think Magical Dream might be the second of those, but the race certainly rated pretty well. It was much faster run, and SNICKERDOODLEDANDY was wide all the way from gate number 8. Draws gate number 13 of 13 on Saturday, but the format of it was pretty strong, and they did pay a lot of money for this horse, $280,000 as a yearling. Goes on top from number 4, that's Meritor for David Harrison and Joe Azzopardi. Comes out of a good race as well. Born to Rule, length and 3/4 was beaten that day. $31 will be shorter on Saturday. Number 1 is Surveillance. Now, this horse has got the best form in the book, I suppose you'd say. Ran 2nd in the Magic Millions race behind Gemma's Son, beaten 2 lengths. Has had a couple of trials, but I've just got some queries about some of that 2-year-old form from earlier this season behind the likes of Dom to Shoot and Gemma's Son. And then the last horse is number 13, Blow Me Out. He's a well-related horse, related to Electric Light. Brett Pope trains here, won his most recent trial, and Dre McNaught keeps the ride from an inside gate. Top selection in race number 2 is number 12, SNICKERDOODLEDANDY, to beat 4 Meritia, 1 Surveillance and 13 Blow Me Out. Race number 3 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 12:37. It's the Old Mate Sports Bar and Eatery Plate over 1200 metres. It's the second of the 2-year-old races and in replay. Let's have a look at the trial of Queen Brown.
With 2-away pinball player on the outside, and on the inside is Mine Detector. To the outside is Queen Brown, and well back is Rainforest and Teamwork. 150 to go. The inside Mischievous Diva quickly joined by Bourbon Bow, who dashed strongly and shot away. Bourbon Bow clear from Mischievous Diva and Queen Brown, and Bourbon Bow comes away to beat Mischievous Diva. 3rd home, Queen Brown.
Thought Queen Brown's trial at Belmont on the 22nd of June was pretty good. Chris Parnham was in the saddle that day. He's elected to jump off here to ride a horse for his father. I think that might be a tip in itself for the qualities of number 14, Wonder King. But going back through Queen Brown's form, she's been there or thereabouts on each of her 3 starts, winning 1 of those. and I think her trial was more than adequate. Goes on top here from the aforementioned number 14 Wunderkind for Chris and Neville Parnham. Gate number 1 here, blinkers on, really like the most recent trial in which Wunderkind beat Noble Scott by a length. Number 1 is Bumper Humper. Now William Pike takes over from Brad Parnham, who had appendicitis earlier this week and will miss a little bit of race riding. Now this horse has drawn a sticky gate, 13 of 14, but his 2-year-old form was pretty good. Remember, this horse won the initial plate back in October. And then number 9, well related, Saving Memphis. Blinkers on first time for Paul Jordan and Ryan Hill. This is the relation of Mississippi Delta and Elite Bell. Good luck to connections here. Top selection in race number 3 is number 11, Queen Brown, to beat 14 Wunderkind, 1 Bumper Humper and 9 Saving Memphis. Race number 4 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 1:17. It is the Amelia Park Plate over 1,400 metres, and in replay, let's have a look at the latest win of Showmanship.
Janika now being popped the question, led by 2 Military Ruler, 1 short. Pike sitting there as quiet as a church mouse on Showmanship, who at this stage is in 2nd gear. They come to the 200. Further back behind them, Luke's Gold, Fred Dagg. Now he gets serious. He gets Dinkum with 100 to go on Showmanship, who kicks away from Military Ruler, Fred Dagg, Luke's Gold, and he starts to push him along late in the race. Showmanship goes on and makes it win number.
Showmanship has won 3 in a row at Belmont Park since resuming back in May, beating Sir Mambo, Dart Prospect, and then we saw in the replay race Fred Dagg. There's going to be plenty of speed in this race with the likes of Wrinkly and Abdicator engaged. I think it'll be fast run. It'll set it up beautifully for a horse like Showmanship that's got a turn of foot. I think this horse can go to the next level, and with 54.5 kilos, getting 8 kilos off Wrinkly, I think it is clearly the one to beat. Goes on top from number 6, Not to Be Missed, who was a beaten favourite last start behind Mankind, who reopposes him here. Gets a sticky gate, 11 of 11, but that was first up run for Not to Be Missed. The format of it was quite good, I think, and I'm expecting Not to Be Missed to be much better second up here for Clint Johnston-Porter, who takes over from William Pike. Number 1 is Wrinkly, gets 62.5 kilos. That's half a kilo more than he carried last start when just touched off by Mrs. Brown's Boy. He'll be there on the speed. He drops back to 1,400 metres, having only his 3rd start at Belmont, can you believe, as a 6-year-old. And then number 3, Gangbuster, interesting runner here for Luke Fernie and Mitchell Pateman. They are a really good combination together, and this horse ran, I thought, okay behind Mrs. Brown's Boy and Wrinkly last start. Top selection in race number 4 is the obvious, number 8, Showmanship, to beat 6 Not to Be Missed, 1 Wrinkly and 3 Gangbuster. Race number 5 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 1:53. It's the Devil's Lair Handicap over 1,400 metres, and in replay, having a look at the last start performance, and it was a good one, of Levitate.
Levitate though, Puckapunyal will not go away. Levitate, Puckapunyal, now Bright Diamond gets the run on the inside. On the outer though, it's Puckapunyal in front from Levitate. Bright Diamond, Pike busy down on the rails there, getting the best out of the filly. Bright Diamond went to Puckapunyal, Levitate trying to rally. Bright Diamond, Puckapunyal, Levitate, they go to the line. What a great finish, and Bright Diamond...
Levitate opened up odds against in early markets on Thursday morning to win this graduation race. Quite surprised by that, because on form he stands out like the proverbial sore thumb. He's got pretty close to the likes of Indian Pacific, Aberdeen Queen, and as we saw in the replay, Bright Diamond in his last 3 starts. Chloe Azzopardi has ridden this horse before, rode it in the replay race, does get a sticky gate here, 12 of 14, but did try to lead all the way last start. That was over the 1,400 metres on a soft track. Levitate, if he brings his A game, he's going to be mighty hard to beat, and I think will jump odds on. Goes on top from number 7, Truly Great, gate number 11 here for Grant and Lanana Williams and William Pike. Has had the 1 trial ahead of returning to the races. Has only had the 4 starts, won 2 of those, beat Super Territorial last start in a Class 3. This is a up in grade race, will get a little bit further back and has to run down a classy galloper in Levitate. Number 11 is Montalina. Now this horse was beaten at $1.60 on a Wednesday in a Class 1 last time out by Tiff Has Spoken. I do think that this horse can improve significantly here, gets a significant weight drop, 61 kilos down to 55.5, with Chris Parnham taking over from William Pike. And then number 3, Speedy Misses, won 2 in a row, 1 at Belmont and then 1 at Northern. The form's okay, gate number 3 here, but Levitate is a class above, I think. Top selection in race number 5, pretty confident. Number 2, Levitate, to beat 7 Truly Great, 11 Montalina and 3 Speedy Miss.